Tuesday evening in the small town of Asheville when the phone call came. The voice on the other end was frantic, shaking with panic. "There's something in my house," a woman's voice trembled. "It's not right. I'm not alone. I don't know who they are, but they've been watching me." The dispatcher tried to calm her, asking for details, but the woman was incoherent. All she could manage was the sound of heavy breathing and the distant scraping of metal against wood. And then, nothing. Silence. When the police arrived at her home, the door was wide open. Inside, the lights were flickering, casting eerie shadows across the walls. They called out, but no one responded. The only sign of life was a slow, rhythmic thumping coming from upstairs. It was almost as if someone was knocking, or worse, someone was tapping their fingers in a slow, deliberate pattern. They climbed the stairs, weapons drawn, hearts pounding. The closer they got, the louder the noise became. But when they reached the top, they found the woman's bedroom door wide open. Her bed was made, the sheets pristine, but there was no sign of her. And then they saw it. A message, hastily scrawled in black ink on the wall. "She's still here. You're next." The investigation led nowhere. No fingerprints, no witnesses. Just an empty house and an increasingly chilling sense of dread hanging over Asheville. Days passed, then weeks, but the case was cold. No one had heard from the woman, and there were no more disturbing calls. But then another call came, this time from a man in a neighboring town, describing the exact same thing. Whispers in the dark, strange noises, and the feeling of being watched. When police arrived at his house, the door was open, and once again, there was no sign of the resident. But they found a clue this time, something more horrifying than they could ever have imagined. On the wall, the message was different. "You'll never find us." The connection between the victims seemed impossible to unravel. The same cryptic messages, the same strange disturbances, the same eerie feeling that something unseen was always lurking just out of sight. Each victim, each witness, disappeared without a trace. And each time the words left behind became more ominous. As more people vanished, it became clear that Asheville was not dealing with a simple string of disappearances. Something was hunting them, something old, something that had been watching from the shadows for years. And as the town descended further into terror, one truth became undeniable. The creatures in the darkness were no longer hiding. They were coming for everyone.